This market is going to come down. It's going to be the biggest crash in world history because pensions are the biggest problem in the world. I called it in here back in 2002 or something, I forget the date. It was supposed to crash in 2016 until Trump got elected and quantitative easing. Now they kept printing. And in 1999, I said in 2016, the market would crash, but it didn't crash. So in 1971, Nixon took the dollar off the gold standard. So what did that mean? That meant the US government, the US Treasury, could now print money. So the US Treasury would sell a bond to the Fed. Over here would be the Bank of England, Bank of Japan, ECB, and all this. So in 71, it was the US, not anybody else, basically screwed the world economy. So rather than fix the economy, they just did this. So things were fine. They fixed the economy. Inflation went through the roof. There's a dollar sign on it and all this. So 87, there was, the real estate, everything's getting expensive. Inflation's going crazy in the 80s. So let me say this before I begin, because we're talking about going to school or education, whatever that is to you. And education is more important than ever before. But the problem I have with school, traditional education, number one today is creating young people like you to be greatly in debt, right, with pension. I mean, not pension, but subprime student loans. Yeah. You got a subprime education. So education is more important than before, but what do they teach you about money? Nothing. So my point here is this, education is important, but the thing I don't like about labeling a child or a student ADD, okay? ADD is another word for extreme boredom. Why don't they just call it what it is? A child doesn't have ADD. The teacher is boring. They're boring, boring, boring people. Why would I listen to them? So I had ADD, but I call it acute boredom. Then they say you have dyslexia. Well, what the heck is that? I had dyslexia because I was sound asleep. I was always drooling. I couldn't believe how boring the teacher was. Yeah. On top of that, they were teaching me a subject I wasn't interested in. When I had calculus and trigonometry, I kept going, when am I going to use this stuff? So anyway, this is my point of view. Education is the only business that blames the customer for the teacher's incompetence. Let me say it again. Education is the only business where you're allowed to blame the customer for the teacher's incompetence. You see, in business, I can't do that. If my students are failing or my customers are failing, then I'm responsible for it. But how in the world can these teachers get away with blaming their customers for the teachers and education system's incompetence? And let me say this one more time. Education is more important than before, but what the heck are you learning? That you're stupid. I was called stupid so many times. I almost went nuts. I flunked out of high school twice when I was 15 and 17 because I can't write. And today, I've sold more books than most teachers ever will. It's in the millions of books. So who was stupid? That's the whole point here is this. So I say this because education needs to change because you're killing a lot of kids. You're killing kids like me. So the story of Rich Dad, Poor Dad is this. Very simply, my poor dad was one of those boring teachers. He's a very good man, very smart guy. But he was really good in subjects we don't ever need to learn. Like I said, I flunked out of English because I can't write, yet I still keep writing and I sell more books than most teachers. But anyway, the point here is this. We're not stupid. Our teachers are teaching us they're incompetent. So my poor dad, a school teacher, PhD, was a great man but horrible teacher. Whereas my rich dad was a great teacher. And the way my rich dad taught me very simply was playing Monopoly. And the reason games are the best teachers of all, because a game will hold my attention. So I'm playing Monopoly there. I'm going this way and this way, I'm bringing stuff down and all this. I'm having fun. So games are better teachers than teachers because games engage the entire student, which was me. So I played Monopoly with my rich dad until I was in my 30s. And today I play Monopoly in real life. But I'm still a flunk out from school because I can't write. Imagine that. So let me explain why games are the best teachers, okay? You look here. So here we have, let's call it the student. And this is a tetrahedron. Okay? So the student, you and me, all of us, we have mental. So we all have mental intelligence, you know? And mental intelligence is knowing right from wrong, good from bad, up and down. We also have physical intelligence. And great athletes, you know, they're more physically intelligent than guys like me. And then you have emotional intelligence. And emotional intelligence is fear, sadness, joy, okay? And you've got to control this. Many people, when it comes to money, this is the biggest fact. This is the most important intelligence, because most people go to school and they're taught not to make mistakes. If you make a mistake, you're stupid. So they don't do anything. You know, if you're afraid of making mistakes, that means you're emotionally constipated. You need an enema, you know, because you went to school and said, don't make mistakes. And then the last one is spiritual intelligence. So let me explain spiritual intelligence. Mental intelligence puts things in a minimum of 2. Good, bad, right, wrong, up and down. Spiritual intelligence is 1. We're all united. Like, you know, you and I are human beings, so I unite to you. When I communicate with you, I unite with you. But if it's mental, I say, oh, you know, Alex is smart, Alex is stupid. I'm now dividing this. And that's what our schools are doing. So the reason games are the best teachers, at least Monopoly was for me, and our board game Cash Flow, the reason I created Cash Flow, is a game will engage me mentally. And then physically, I have to do something. I like the board game better than the electronic game because I have to do the math.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? When you do the math, you're actually getting smarter. And then it's spiritually, I want to make sure you win, and I don't have to take you out to win Cash Flow. Do you know what I mean? I don't have to make you the loser. But that's what schools do. They have to have one person smart, one person stupid, one winner, one loser. So when I'm teaching you either real estate or business and all this, I don't want you to lose, I want you to win. So once again, the games are the better teachers, like the game of Monopoly, simply because it involves your physical intelligence. And the more you do your numbers on the cash flow game, the smarter you get. Emotionally, because nobody likes to lose. This is really surprising. A lot of people lose because they got too happy. Oh, I'm rich. Then I get egotistical and arrogant, you know. I get cocky, and I'm smarter, I'm richer. Then you lose.